Infinity War and Black Panther are coming out this year.
Woohoo!
I'm looking forward
Mikey's
to
hyped.
Infinity War. Black Panther, I'm not interested mainly because it doesn't seem like my kind of film.
Jesus.
He seems to disagree with me on this.
Come on, listen.
I mean, I'll still see it, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It's just, I saw the trailers for Ragnarok, and I wasn't really I'm having the same reaction I'm going to have with Ragnarok, I suspect. I'll see the trailers and go, yeah, looks okay. Go and see the film, think, yeah, it's a good film, didn't like it, and that will be it. But that's just I could be entirely wrong. I could be blown away by Black Panther. But I'm keeping my expectations low on purpose because then it will probably blow me away in that sense.
I just like origin movies, so I'm probably going to like this one.
True. I like that.
I
And
like
also,
Orange.
Black Panther's an amazing character. Come on, Angela Bassett's in the film.
I actually do like the cast a lot. That's one thing I will say. I like
Andy
the cast.
Serkis's pretty good. Michael B. Jordan is pretty great.
Yeah. Also, having said that, two films, I guess, one of which actually is Marvel Disney, one of which is currently Marvel 20th Century Fox. Two films that have not been getting a lot of traction.
There's a lot of films that are not getting traction.
Well, a lot of them, but
from
Marvel ones. Yeah, actually, three then, because we have
because
Deadpool,
you forgot one. That's how little traction they're getting.
Deadpool, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and
Venom.
Four then, because there's
Oh,
also
Jesus
Dark
Christ.
Phoenix. Isn't Dark Phoenix this year? You would know.
Shit.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So there's four
It is,
major
yeah.
Marvel movies that are not getting the same. To be fair, Ant-Man and the Wasp probably isn't on the same level as the first black superhero ever getting his own superhero film. I'm trying to think of any other
There's
superhero
no-
films that were led by a black lead. I
No.
don't think there are.
No.
That's a big step.
I mean
then.
Blade, but that's about it.
Oh, right, Blade.
Blade.
I forgot about Blade.
Sheesh. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That I nearly made a mistake there. That's why I asked.
By the way, it's a funny story as well because I think Marvel at some point hinted at them wanting to bring Blade into the MCU because they have the right. And Wesley Snipes was like, yeah, okay.
Damn
We're
right,
like,
baby.
hang on, we're not sure if. And he's like, yeah, but I really want to do it again.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, isn't blah, blah, blah. Hugh Jackman? If anyone knows, obviously, hopefully you do know, and you haven't been living under a rock. Hugh Jackman played Wolverine, and Logan was meant to be his last outing as Wolverine. However, he has said if the X-Men is included into the MCU, he would want to come back and do at least a film as Wolverine.
True.
This is very difficult for me to grasp because I do like Hugh Jackman very much.
But I like the way he ended it, and I don't want him to
First
come
of all,
back.
second of all, I other X-Men characters would have to
Yes.
show up, and then we'd have to get Halle Berry back, Famke Janssen, who
They-
I love. Famke Janssen.
I mean, I don't see a reason not to get them, but at the same time, I also see why they would recast them.
Yeah, I think if X-Men does become part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's more than likely they'll be recasted. That's the thing that I think can almost be not a guarantee. They'll either currently use the cast that they are currently using, so Sophie Turner, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, so on. But it's more than likely they'll recast them as well still, just because they want their own version. Or who knows? We may not. Quickly, we will not see X-Men, I think, part of the MCU for a while. I think not for at least 3, 4, maybe 5 years, because they're going to have to take some time to introduce the idea of mutants, that they've always been there, that they haven't really done anything yet, because it's going to be complicated.
Wasn't New Mutants sacked, Ron?
No, it was pushed back.
Pushed back.
Because
it was meant to be 2019.
I think there was this whole thing about it coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
But then they decided that they wanted to really get Deadpool out there.
Yeah.
So they moved things around, and now New Mutants is next year.
Which I'm kind of curious to see. I'll be honest.
It
looks
interesting. But I
interesting.
kind of don't want to see it.
I don't know whether it will be good or bad. I'm not saying I have no idea, but I think it's an interesting concept that it's an X-Men horror film essentially.
Yeah.
That's the part I'm intrigued by, and that's the part which I do like about what 20th Century Fox is doing, is that they gave us Deadpool, which, let's be honest, really fucking out there.
Yeah.
Really fucking out there.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, if you know Deadpool, you knew that it was going to be out there from the start. Logan is still, it's not a standard superhero film. Logan's a really different film from anything else. It's not even like most X-Men films. So New Mutants is going to be very different as well. And I think that's the thing that I like about 20th Century Fox, is because the problem is I have with Marvel Disney is they're playing it really safe to the point that I'm kind of bored of it. Whereas 20th Century Fox, they're taking risks. Don't get me wrong.
But 20th Century Fox is very messy.
Yeah, no, that was my...
All of the recasting, all the shitty things they did, they just let's just change the timeline. Let's just, do Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
It's like two fucking Colossus is played by 2 different like actors.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. The thing is, I just don't see a lot of reason to do. And like the thing is, they don't have their timeline straight now because like, what timeline is Deadpool in, or is it just a completely separate thing? He doesn't even know in which one it is. Which one is Logan in? Because
I think because that's the thing. I will say, well, I do like the fact that they're taking risks. I think they have really fucked things up to the point where everyone's like, I don't think there is a universe. I think it's just they do whatever the fuck they want at this point. And that's sort of my view of it. There's no universe. They just make whatever movies they can and want. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's sort of the way I see it at the moment.
Did you guys see the photos from Dark Phoenix?
I saw 1 or 2.
I haven't yet.
But that was...
Why?
I can do now.
Yeah. We have to. I do say it looks interesting. I'm looking forward to Dark because I like Sophie Turner a lot. I'm not saying that because she's pretty. I'm saying that because I do like her a lot in Game of Thrones, and I liked her as
from the Entertainment.
I liked her as God, what's her name? Jean Grey. There we go. Fucking God.
So it's basically Game of Thrones.
She's just
sure
not
the
Stark.
Dark
She's a
Phoenix saga was
Targaryen.
written before Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But this picture wasn't. I mean, if it's gonna be this costume,
sorry, had to do it.
if it's gonna be this costume, which I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be
It's probably not
resembling, but it's not gonna be that because it's too comic-y and they always tend to like make things
which
a little
bothers
bit more.
me.
I don't mind.
It's superheroes. I'm saying that because I don't mind that it looks like that. I'm saying that I don't mind the absurdity because it's fucking comic book superheroes. It's Superman flying around who's from an alien planet whose weakness is a green rock. Of course you expect the absurdity to come with it.
Well, this one was kind of a throwback to the original X-Men, because in the first film...
In the first film they had those leather black suits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then Wolverine made a joke. It was like, what am I going to wear? Fucking yellow spandex?
Yeah.
So those were kind of a throwback to those.
The thing is...
Because then in X-Men First Class, it was more of a throwback to the actual, like, yellow spandex kind of thing. Because it was more, in terms of the color scheme, it was more closely resembled to the original X-Men.
The thing is,
stuff.
You sometimes have to really update these costumes to fit them.
Hence why Superman and Batman's underwear is now on the inside of their pants, not on the outside of their pants.
That's a good point. But you know how Hawkeye looks completely different.
Oh, he looks absurd.
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye in the comics has this big purple.
And actually, to be fair, Green Arrow did look absurd as well. He had the Robin Hood hat and everything, and you're like,
but funny though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
Hawkeye's just boring.
But Ant-Man had this big fucking hoop around his face.
Right?
It's so
which is kind of there in the new suit, but then
it's not like
Scarlet Witch with those pointy
weird pointy.
And this weird.
It's like a weird chef's hat, but it's not a chef's hat.
And Quicksilver as well with these fucking. He looked like fucking Jay Garrick, but instead of a helmet, it's just his hair.
Obviously, we do have to talk about Hulk and his pants.
Oh yeah.
The incredible tangible pants.
I think it's
intangible.
It was something like that. It was weird.
Super stretch pants.
Super stretch pants.
That's the one.
How have they not gone to fashion, especially with pregnant women? I mean, you just think it would really work out quite well. Just saying.
No, I love
Plus
how
they do get angry.
I love how Elizabeth Olsen was like, "I'm not gonna wear that fucking costume, am I?" And Joss Whedon was like, "No,
It's just kind of no.
Yeah,
Costume department's crap.
Yeah.
It's and he's just sort of just around the corner behind her. You see them bring around the costume, and she turns around, no. See, this is what you're gonna be wearing. Here's a nice leather jacket. She's like, oh my god, it's so pretty.
It literally looks like they just picked the leather jacket from somebody. Intern, give me that jacket quickly.
And also, one of the biggest ones as well is Captain America, the suit that he wore.
Oh yeah, it's very combat-like.
The thing is, the suit that he wore in the first Avengers film was very much like
the
suit he wears in comic books, and no one liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of liked it.
I didn't mind it. Yeah.
Most people were kind of against it, and then in Age of Ultron, he started wearing his modern film look.
Yeah.
And that is a really good costume.
Yeah.
Especially when he swapped over to
for me, I will say the part that I didn't like about the costume in Avengers Assemble was mainly because it looked out of place. It looked cartoonish compared to the other characters, and that kind of made me think you look like you're. it looks like you're coming from a cosplay. You know, you look like you've come from Comic-Con. And that was the thing that I kind of got from it. I didn't hate it, but it's one of those things where I thought you do look out of place. That's the only concern I was.
You know what's kind of sad though is that suit was recently like Chris Evans was spotted in that outfit with Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo there as well. And the thing is, you know, it's recently because there was another actor there.
I do like the one that he wore in the first Avengers movie because it was kind of close to the comic books, but also cool.
Yeah, it still looked updated enough for it to work, but it did.
Maybe if I can find it later. He does a lot of laughing.
Good man.
What was the name of Magneto? Eric. There we go.
Yeah.
Eric. New mutants and humans can work together. We don't have to be enemies anymore.
They don't even matter, Charles.
You say that now. But when the war starts, Hammer's blood has to be shed until it stops. This is the part where I roll away.
You and your school of mutants.
You know, come to think of it,
I
it may
pity
have been...
the poor fool who comes to my school.
This is the picture. Okay, so
Paul
Rudd is there as well, and he wasn't there in the first film.
Ah.
Not in an Ant-Man suit anyway. So this is a screen. This is probably a behind-the-scenes shot from Infinity War.
Oh, and what do you know? It looks like Captain America and the Hulk will hug it out.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even know they had beef.
It's okay, man. I forgive you. Yeah.
For what?
They'll be like, what the fuck are
stealing the Quinjets.
Yeah, you stole the Quinjet's a big deal. You know, I needed that to fight Tony, and, you know, you kind of just took it.
Staying away for like 2 years, 3 years. Actually, quite a bit more, probably.
You were probably gone for a long
Don't know, because the chronology is fucked, so I have no idea how long we've been around.
But, actually, I will say one thing I'm really interested to see, especially after how it goes with Infinity War. I'm interested to see how the Avengers team will shape up afterwards, because obviously the Captain Marvel comes out next year, and that's probably the Marvel movie I'm most excited for currently.
But you guys
mainly because I'm just so excited to see another female superhero get her own movie.
I do agree, but do you guys not feel like it's like completely unnecessary? Because it's kind of set in the 90s, right? It's set in the
90s, but like
yeah, that part is dumb.
I'll be honest, that's kind of what I like about it as well. But the thing is, okay, actually, this kind of ties into...
I like that. Go, continue.
Whatever. Basically, have you heard of... Actually, we discussed this before we started filming, but have you heard of Voyager?
Yeah.
This new superhero who apparently has been around all along and is apparently part of one of the founding members of the Avengers. I am... Since the
dawn of time.
The dawn of the Voyager, before then, I didn't really think about it, but since she's been around, I kind of started worrying that they might do the same thing for Captain Marvel, where like she's been a character who's been around and then she's been banished for 20 years or something, and then suddenly comes back. Yeah. And she's like, hey, remember me? And everyone's like,
because
no.
If they take a similar route with what I kind of think they may do, I'm sorry, I'm going to go into DC just for a second, with the Green Lanterns, is if Hal and John Stewart, the Green Lanterns, have been around for years, but they've just not gone back to Earth. If it's like that with her, where she's been around, but she's just not returned to Earth. Because I think that route makes sense if they do the movie, and she ends up saying, oh, I have to be gone from Earth for quite a while. And then when she comes back, and she finds out that Thanos has arrived, and there was this whole thing, and Captain America and Iron Man are gone, and they need a team leader. And obviously, she's probably the best candidate because she'll probably be the most experienced. She'll probably be one of the most powerful. That's the thing. Captain Marvel would be the next team leader of the Avengers. That's the thing. She'd take Captain America's spot, as she kind of has in some ways in the actual current Marvel comics. In the Civil War, in the next Civil War, when it was Iron Man versus Captain Marvel, it was kind of clear that she has really taken that role up.
Which is funny because in that one, Iron Man and Captain America were actually on the same side.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Make up your mind, Tony.
I know, but like we had this discussion a couple of days ago with like Black Widow. Like they should have done, if they really wanted to, they should have done a Black Widow film like 2 years ago. Like now.
More. Now there's no point in it. Exactly. I mean, you know that film Red Sparrow that's coming out with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
They should have just replaced Jennifer Lawrence with Scarlett Johansson, made it a Marvel film, and that's it. Yeah. There you go.
Basically.
But now I'm just not going to watch
it. Is it actually is it a Disney film though?
Probably not.
Sparrow?
Yeah, Red Sparrow.
I don't think
I
so.
I didn't think so, but if it was, then yeah, absolutely.
But like as far as for what it is,
Yeah.
I think that's just basically what it should have been.
Because I will say, I think the thing is, I'm sorry to say this, while I like Black Widow and I like Scarlett Johansson as the character a lot, I don't think Black Widow is interesting enough to hold up on her own movie just yet.
Like Hawkeye.
Like Hawkeye, yeah, absolutely. Captain Marvel to me though could be definitely interesting enough because of the aspect of like the aliens as well and the galactic promise as well could be interesting enough.
Because the thing is,
to hold her up on
it's
her
not
own film.
really a solo film because apparently Nick Fury is going to play a large part in it.
Oh man.
But hang on.
Oh, well, actually.
The thing is, that film is going to be interesting because first of all, Captain Marvel is an interesting character.
Yeah.
Nick Fury is a cool character, and I feel like we could have some more of him in the MCU. But then also, there's going to be Skrulls.
Oh, yeah, and that would probably be the phase that takes over after Thanos.
Yeah, but like that's going to be interesting because maybe some of the current Avengers are Skrulls.
That's a good point.
Like it was in the 2005 storyline in the comics where like Spider-Woman was a Skrull all along. You know, that kind of thing.
That is a good point.
I would fucking love it if they do that.
Yeah, if the Avengers movie that
people just go like, holy
if the Avengers
shit,
movie that follows Infinity War is a Skrull film and it's Captain Marvel who comes back to Earth because she finds out about this and she's basically now part of the Avengers but secretly investigating them, that could be an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Don't know if they'll go that way, but that could be interesting to see.
Well, you know what they could have done? They could have done, like, they're so stupid. I'm just getting upset. You know Ms. Marvel's story, like how she was drained out of her powers by Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Rogue was in Mystique's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. They could have done that, and then, you know, that could have been like a Ms. Marvel film, Captain Marvel, you know, where she struggles with all this kind of like the Doctor Strange thing where he's like, you know, recovering and everything, and then introduce the X-Men into the universe. I just cracked it.
There you go. That's how they do it.
Mic drop.
Mike figured it out.
Okay, we're cutting now.
But yeah, actually.
Yeah, I think it could work. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be a good introduction.
Yes.
What do you think?
Because what I wanted to say as well was something interesting to think about is we're talking about all these things about the MCU, but it is ending. Not actually, but like the whole Avengers
the big
ending.
Yeah.
In like just over a year.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about because it's been going on for like 10 years now, almost.
Yeah.
And it had so much potential to go on, even though a lot of people say that's getting boring and repetitive. And the MCU is still going on because after the fourth Avengers film, there's still going to be other films. But the Avengers are not going to be around anymore. Yeah. A lot of characters are not going to be featured anymore. A lot of them might actually die.
Yeah. That's, I think...
Which, by the way, they're not being very subtle about because everyone's like, well, my contract's ending. And I'm like, okay, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die.
It's probably just like...
You're probably going to be alive, but there's not going to be much of you to be interesting about.
Maybe they'll do a House of M kind of storyline.
That's true.
That would be cool.
That could be cool.
I would
just
love
a quick question. What's the name of the president of Marvel? Again, what was his name?
Oprah.
Yeah, her. So...
Let's just go with it.
Yeah. Let's just say Oprah's the president. So I bet it was something like this. She walks into a room and she's like, "Okay, whose contracts are ending?"
Wait, do you
rap
mean
gift? Yeah.
Do you mean Marvel or Marvel Studios?
Marvel Studios.
Kevin Feige.
Yeah. Kevin Feige walks into a room and he's like, "Whose contracts are ending?" The people raise their hands. He's like, "Wrap gift for you. Wrap a gift for you. Oh, you're still here? Okay, good. We'll have to talk longer contract.
Yeah.
Wrap a gift for you. Wrap a gift for you." It's like, we're not gonna be in it. No.
Sorry, dude. That's it.
Can we see the script? Not yet.
We're working on it.
We're still working on how you're going to die. Because we've only just found out how many people are going to die right now.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
Wait, just
I wasn't ready for this.
I didn't know I was going to die. I've only been in like one movie. And it's like Paul Rudd talking. It's like, sorry, Paul.
Sorry, buddy.
Ant-Man had great potential, but you're just not one.
Ant-Man had great potential, but it's the Wasp we want.
Yeah, we want Wasp.
Why not just do the Wasp and not do the Ant-Man? Yeah. Well, you know, stepping stones, you know?
Yeah. We got to...
I saw, it was so hilarious. I saw a bunch of articles this week, like, Tom Holland is going to be in the Venom film. Yes! But I was like, oh my god, what a surprise.
I don't know, Because like the thing is, they're being
like Spider-Man's
okay.
gonna be featured in
Kevin,
a Venom film. What
the
is
thing is, right? Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, which is the CEO of Sony, are being both really vague about how Venom is really going to play out. Amy Pascal is saying, yeah, it's in the same universe as Spider-Man: Homecoming. Kevin Feige says, no, it's not in the MCU. And I'm like, but it cancels each other out. So like, what is it? Is it in or is it out?
It could be great if like Jeff Johns from DC stands up saying, actually Venom is actually one of ours, and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Is it DC? Is it Marvel?
I think
and then it turns out he was once the symbiote suit for Batman.
As it turns out, he's actually in the Star Wars universe.
I think they just want to be very careful. Like it's
Yeah.
probably part of the MCU, but it's like they just want to say like Venom is not gonna show up in an Avengers film.
Also, it's probably them covering their ass. If Venom fails, and it's like, no, it was never Marvel.
True.
If it succeeds, it's like, oh yeah, of course he was always in the cinematic universe. It's them covering their ass, which is a clever move, but same time, to some people, it's kind of like, you guys are clearly
this is the thing, because there's two big things about it. One, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they wanted to make it an R-rated film.
I think they did, yeah.
Second, if it is in the MCU, first of all, that doesn't fit. Second of all, I wouldn't have Tom Hardy as Venom.
No,
because
absolutely
I think
not.
In that case, he is too old.
He's too old, and he's also extremely high profile.
Too old? What is too old?
Well, I feel like if they're gonna have a Venom in the MCU, the actor playing Eddie Brock should be someone more or less around the same age range as Tom Holland.
I don't like that aspect,
because
but I just think like Tom
the thing
Hardy's
about Eddie Brock and Peter Parker in the comics as well is they had a rivalry or a friendship before Venom happened. So basically, like,
actually, a route they could approach if they wanted to keep him in is that Tom Hardy was possibly friends maybe with Peter's dad or something. That could be an aspect.
Oh, so it's instead Eddie Brock Sr.
Yeah,
who actually helped make the. Okay.
That could be a route they could take.
See, this is the horrible thing, because first we started blasting fan theories, and now we're like, they should do it like this.
And, then
we're going to be so fucking mad if you don't.
To be fair.
We're going to hunt your asses.
Just thinking about, like, the age of just, like, everyone in the Spider-Man movie, I still like the fact in Civil War that Tony, like, meets Peter. He's like, damn, your aunt's hot. It's just like, yeah.
I don't mind.
She is. She isn't bad looking.
Because, like, a lot of people really hated that. And they said anime should be old. The thing is, a lot of people are also saying realistically, a woman that old could not be an aunt.
Of course she could.
The thing is, Ben and Richard's age difference is about 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the point, but I mean, those Parkers, those Parkers,
those routes,
they'll have
Parkers,
kids whenever they want.
Yeah, I mean, Peter and all his girlfriends. I mean, God knows how many bastard children he has.
Yeah, but basically, Ben Parker is 20 years or even 30 years or something older than Peter Parker's dad.
Why wouldn't Marissa Tomei is only like 50?
I don't mind it at all. The thing is, I like the way they went with it.
Because I liked it.
It is kind of
it gave another
interesting
aspect and comical aspect. Like, it gave us like something to work with.
I think they larp you. And like the funny thing as well is like I don't think it's demeaning or anything. Like I kind of think it's funny as well, where she's like kind of being innocent about it, and every man she comes across is like, you can have that for free, and she's like, oh, thanks. Oh, they're so kind to me.
I wonder why. Bitch, you know why.
And Peter's just like, yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. It's so funny that he is so much more socially aware to all this stuff than she is. I will say, I do like the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming, especially, where he's in the suit, and she's like, what the? And it ends. And it's like, how would anyone...
That's interesting as well.
I feel like that's how Alfred reacted to seeing Bruce in the Batman costume for the first time.
I don't think it's about Batman, guy.
Yeah, true.
Oh no, it's Superman that you love so much.
It's DC in general.
Superman's my homie. Yeah. Fuck, I do.
My bro.
Yeah. We're actually really good now. Okay.
Yeah.
It's, I think with Marvel at this point, it's I think oddly enough, I'm very excited heading into Marvel now more than I've been in the last like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Mainly because we realistically, after Infinity War, have no idea where they're gonna go. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's gonna be
even with Infinity War,
Even
like,
with
there's a
Infinity
lot of
War.
questions still remain to be, and like there's a huge
Yeah.
ensemble cast. Like,
Yeah. I'm oddly enough also going to say this because like seeing the trailer and seeing that Vision has like the the scepter and hitting his like Infinity Stone. The thing is, part of me thinks, oh, Vision's going to die. To be fair, I think we all kind of know that was coming from the start.
Yeah.
The moment we saw that he had an Infinity Stone, we were like, oh man, you're fucked. But
yeah.
also, to be fair, we did see in the Civil War trailer where Iron Man is holding War Machine, and everyone's like, oh my god, War Machine dies. It's like, oh no, he's just paralyzed. Like, wasted.
It's different though.
It is
isn't
different.
Because
no, it
the
is
thing
very
I will
different,
say,
and that's the thing.
I still feel that War Machine should have died.
Yeah, one of them should have died.
But like, I'm not too pissed over it because I still feel like that film kind of worked even without people dying. But the thing about Vision is that is basically his source of life.
Yeah.
Like, if you take that out, he is dead. I mean, the only thing that could happen is Tony Stark finds him and he's like, oh shit, what do we do? And he takes like a AA battery and shoves it down his forehead.
No,
and then it goes like,
arc reactor.
oh, it's not as good. True.
Arc reactor. There you go.
There
be
you
fair,
go.
because it's one of those things where if we looked at after Infinity War, who would still be in the Avengers team?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch,
yeah.
Ant-Man possibly would still be in it. Spider-Man, I think, would still be in it.
Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, because he keeps on going.
Possibly
Aunt
either
May.
Aunt May. Yeah,
She would
fuck
be a
it, why
superhero.
not? I feel like one of the original founding members, like two of them are possibly going to still be in it.
I think
Thor,
Hulk will be around, but
Thor,
Hulk, as we know, Hulk will never have a solo movie because even though I think they may have the rights to it now, but they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, because I think
because they've decided Hulk is a really good supporting character.
Yeah, and to be fair, he is a very good supporting character. And the problem is the version of Hulk they have is not, because there are the two versions of Hulk. There's this version of Hulk which is just sort of angry and a bit like a caveman. Then there's the other version of Hulk which he is angry, but he also like keeps quite a bit of his intelligence and can speak normally. If you've seen some of the animated stuff Marvel has done with the TV shows, that's the kind of Hulk. And the thing is, that's the version of Hulk that would get his own his own movie.
That's not
Hulks,
the though.
Yeah, and that's not the version of Hulk they have. So I don't think it could ever work unless they had She-Hulk and it became a She-Hulk Hulk film.
Yeah, but like what they could do is they have. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm just sort of cracking my back.
They have the Hulk. They have Thunderbolt Ross. They could do a Red Hulk.
True.
And they could just kind of expand on the ideas of having multiple Hulks.
Yeah,
they don't have to, and I don't know if they should.
I don't think they will.
They probably won't.
Yeah.
And they don't have to, but they can keep like the original Hulk going. In any case, because as a supporting character, he is still interesting to kind of explore.
Sorry. DC fans are petitioning to make the Joker gay.
We've come into this territory.
That's another day. That's another day. I'll talk for another day.
You sure?
Yeah.